Moving to the muscles of the leg. First, let's identify the anterior, posterior, medial, and lateral aspects of the leg. Right here, the patella anteriorly, this is the anterior aspect. Toward the big toe, this is the medial aspect. The back is the posterior aspect of the leg. And this is the lateral aspect of the leg, which is toward the small toe. To easily identify the muscles of the leg, first, let's go over the bones. Right here, this is the tibia bone. On the lateral aspect, we have the fibula. We can see this part of the fibula, which is the bone on the lateral aspect of the lower extremity. Starting with the first muscle, this is the tibialis anterior muscle. We can see part of the tibial bone. Next to it, we have the extensor digitorum longus muscle. This muscle extends the digits, the toes. Right here, we have the tendon of the extensor digitorum longus muscle. On the lateral aspect, remember we had the fibula on the lateral aspect, which is this part of the fibula, that's the lateral malleolus. So this muscle right here is the fibularis longus muscle. So this is the fibularis longus muscle, also called the peroneus longus muscle. This muscle right here is the fibularis brevis muscle. Brevis means it's short. So this is the fibularis brevis, and this is the fibularis longus muscle. Moving to the posterior aspect right here of the leg, this muscle is the gastrocnemius muscle. So this is the gastrocnemius muscle. We have the lateral head of the gastrocnemius muscle. This is the medial head of the gastrocnemius muscle. This right here is the Achilles tendon, which is attached to the calcaneus bone. The calcaneus bone is the heel bone. Also, this is the lateral aspect. We can see part of the fibularis longus muscle right here. If we take the medial head of the gastrocnemius muscle away, we can see the soleus muscle right here. If we take the gastrocnemius and soleus muscle away, we can see this muscle right here, which is the popliteus muscle. The anatomical terminology for the back of the knee is the popliteal region. This is the popliteus muscle. Next to it, we have the tibialis posterior muscle. This muscle right here, which flexes the big toe, is the flexor hallucis longus muscle. The anatomical terminology for the big toe region is the hallux, whereas the anatomical terminology for the toes is digital. So this is the flexor hallucis longus muscle. So let's go over the leg muscles. First, this is the anterior aspect, where the patella. This is the medial aspect, where we have the big toe. This is the lateral aspect, where we have the little toe. And this is the posterior aspect. This bone is the tibia. This muscle is the tibialis anterior muscle. This muscle is the extensor digitorum longus muscle. It extends the digits, the toes. That's why it is anteriorly. This is the fibularis longus muscle, also called the peroneus longus muscle. The fibula is the lateral bone in the leg. This is the fibularis brevis muscle, also called the peroneus brevis muscle. Posteriorly, we have the gastrocnemius muscle. We have the medial head of the gastrocnemius, lateral head of the gastrocnemius muscle, and this is the Achilles tendon. Right under the medial head of the gastrocnemius, we have the soleus muscle right here. Right under the gastrocnemius muscle and the soleus muscle, we can see the popliteus muscle right here. This is the tibialis posterior muscle, and this is the flexor hallucis longus muscle. This muscle flexes the big toe. That's why it is on the posterior aspect of the leg. I'm sure you found the video helpful. Hit the like button and subscribe for more amazing content.